Okay, everybody wave at the camera. Okay. The definition of a superhero is a character with superhuman powers. Everybody loves a good superhero film. There were just 7 released this year. I have watched just about every Marvel movie. They're my absolute favorite, specifically Captain America. To me, he has the most heart of them all. Before he was a super soldier, he was willing to fight for what he thought was right, and he never gave up. In 2011, Steve Rogers, who's Captain America, says in Joe Johnston's movie, Captain America, the First Avenger, that he doesn't like bullies, no matter where they're from. I'm going to persuade you why Marvel makes better superhero live-action films. For 3 reasons. They have relatable heroes, they're supporting characters you fall in love with, they have misunderstood villains, and their stories all connect in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the MCU for short. You cannot have a superhero without a hero. Marvel's heroes are relatable. In a 2018 interview, Mark Miller, an acclaimed comic book writer for both Marvel and DC, states that Marvel heroes are based on their personalities, not just their powers. They focus on the character itself. You just feel for them. Now, most of Marvel's heroes are human. They're main heroes, I should say, aside from Thor, who is a god. But Steve Rogers, he was a scrawny kid from Brooklyn. Tony Stark was a brilliant but cocky inventor that got injured in an explosion. And Peter Parker is a teenage boy that got bit by a radioactive spider. They were not born with powers, or they weren't born with a super suit. They chose to be heroes when something big happened to them. Like Uncle Ben said in Sam Raimi's 2002 Spider-Man, with great power comes great responsibility. Now, behind every hero is a supporting character and their villain. Marvel never lets you down with their characters. Their supporting characters you fall in love with, and even their villains you get mixed feelings for. What is Captain America without Bucky, his best friend before he was a super soldier? Or Peggy, the girl that saw him before he was seen by the world? Who is Iron Man without Pepper Potts, his secretary turned love interest? Or Happy, his personal chauffeur, trainer, and bodyguard? They build up the hero. One of my favorites is Shuri. Shuri is the younger sister to T'Challa. Now, that is the Black Panther. She is a tech-savvy, and she does most of the technological advances in Wakanda. She's funny, witty, and you can just see the bond between brother and sister. Marvel does strong female characters. They do not play the damsel in distress often. Now, they also have misunderstood villains. Take Loki, for example. He is the brother of Thor and son of Odin, or so we thought until it was revealed that he's actually adopted. His goal is to become king of Asgard. Now, he believes that Thor is unsuitable and that he's going to lead Asgard to fire, which, spoiler alert, he actually does in Thor Ragnarok. The thing with Loki is that you never know truly what side he's on, because he's always on either the good or bad, whichever one he thinks is more likely to win. He has teamed up with Thanos, he has teamed up with Thor. It all depends. And I truly believe that deep down he's actually good, because in Avengers Infinity War, he does prove that. Thanos is also a misunderstood villain. That, yes, he is trying to cleanse the galaxy. If that means destroying half the universe, so be it. He's just trying to look for the best for the galaxy. Speaking of Thanos and Infinity War, the MCU leads to this. All their movies fit together. And that's one of my favorite parts. In 2018, Robert Frost, a comic collector, told the Quora that Marvel slowly fed Iron Man in 2008 to us, which he introduced Nick Fury, who is an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., which then gave us a taste and curiosity for Captain America and Thor. After that, they gave us the Avengers. Now, after every movie, they have post-credit clips. Now, the post-credit clips usually show what's going to happen in the future. Like in Avengers, after the very first Avengers, the end clip introduced Thanos. But they didn't make Thanos into one of the movies until Infinity War. Now, that's quite a jump. But it's meant to be a teaser of what's to come. All of them connect and all of them lead to this one movie. Now, DC has tried to do this with Superman versus Batman and then Wonder Woman to create the Justice League, but then they have an Aquaman movie coming out and you have no idea where that fits in. And Marvel truly is one of a kind. They get numerous directors, all with different styles, to make unique films. Each film is set up to introduce the next. Marvel does very well with their stories, and critics agree. In a 2018 article of The Verge, Brian Bishop, the senior editor, states, Avengers Infinity War is a hilarious yet heartbreaking movie. They created a movie where nobody is safe. Now that is the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Their heroes, supporting characters, the misunderstood villains, and their stories. This is what makes Marvel better than any other studio on making live-action superhero films. In memory of Stan Lee, one of the creators of Marvel, like he would say at the end of his comic columns in the 1960s, Excelsior, which means upward and onward to greater glory.